stop singing that song, you grandkids will be singing Strange Fruit.
As another Black History Month comes to a close, we take a look back at one of Black history's greatest icons, Billie Holiday, as presented to us by Lee Daniels. Now, I'll admit, I'm not the most familiar with Billie Holiday. I've heard various things about her life. I know that they did a movie back in the 70s with Diana Ross called Lady Sings the Blues. I do want to check that out at some point. But I know that she had some drug issues. She was a very big jazz singer and was met with pushback specifically about her song Strange Fruit, which detailed lynchings. And that's the whole point. I mean, when you know that it's about lynching, the title Strange Fruit just tells you everything you need to know. And the song still holds up. I re-listened to it while the movie was playing, and yeah, it's a killer song. So I could understand wanting to make a biopic about her. I don't know why you let Lee Daniels do it, though. Now, like with Billie Holiday, I'm not the most familiar with Lee Daniels' work. I know that he directed Precious. I haven't seen The Shadowboxer, his debut, or The Paperboy, which he wrote and directed. And really the only movie I saw of his was his last directorial film, The Butler. And I haven't seen Star or Empire, which he co-created. So I don't know his oeuvre. But between this and The Butler, I kind of get the idea that he's like a secondary Tyler Perry. Like, Tyler Perry is much more of a soap opera style, melodramatic, caricature sort of director. Like, he just directs, he doesn't write characters, he makes caricatures, and he makes soap operas essentially, even when they're trying to be serious, they're soap operas. Lee Daniels has that same sort of style to it, but access to higher grade actors. Like, Tyler Perry is getting whoever he can get, whereas Lee Daniels has access to Forrest Whitaker and freaking Oprah. And so but the style of filmmaking and direction of acting feels pretty on par, at least from what I've seen, between the two movies of his I've seen and the number of Tyler Perry movies I've seen. There's a definite similarity, if nothing else. Which is the thing, like, this is specifically about her drug charges, which were essentially just a means of her to stop singing Strange Fruit. And that's a powerful story to tell. Her struggles with addiction, her abusive relationship, the government trying to silence her. That's all powerful stuff, but Daniels is not the person to direct that. Like, that's somebody you want to give to at least an Ava DuVernay, if nobody else. Like, there's like a Spike Lee or a Ryan Coogler could really handle this subject material, but Lee Daniels? You sure about that? Because I wouldn't trust this guy with Black history the same way. Even the guy, Shaka King, with Judas and the Black Messiah, he handled that fairly well. Where's somebody like that handling the Billie Holiday story? Why is it the soap opera director? Like, there's even points where the abusive part of the relationship in this movie I can't take seriously because it feels like Tyler Perry directed What's Love Got to Do with It? Like, Billie Holiday's story is touching and moving and powerful and should be told, and yet Lee Daniels is not the guy to tell that story. And this is a screenwriter who has adapted Native Son and Their Eyes Were Watching God, I believe. Was that it? She's adapted these, powerful Black stories before, so I don't know if it's her script that's the problem so much as it's Lee Daniels' direction that I feel is the problem. The one real standout I will give is Audra Day. She is nailing it as Billie Holiday, both the singing voice and the speaking voice. She does her best trying to present Billie Holiday to us, and I really want to see more from her because I think she's very capable as an actress, and I want to see what else she can do. And maybe she'll play Billie Holiday again in a better movie. But even if it's like on Broadway or something, like seeing this woman succeed is something I want. But she alone isn't a good reason to see this movie. I definitely will be digging more into Billie Holiday at some point. I do want to hear more about her life, and I do want to check out more of her music. And maybe I'll watch a documentary. I do want to watch Lady Sings the Blues because I hear that's fantastic, even if it doesn't dig into this part of her life story. But yeah, nah, man, you can skip this. This is cheap and tawdry.